Okay, today we are going to make some shapes and we're going to find 3 different ways to make them, okay? And then later we're going to do another video and we're going to play a game with them. So the first thing to do is to find some shapes you want to make. Now I'm going to make 4 shapes today. That's tricky. The fingers are moving. I'm going to make 4 shapes today. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're all going to be 2D shapes. That means they're going to be flat shapes. Okay? So, first of all, we've got to find some shapes around the house to use because all sorts of things in the house are these shapes. So, the first thing I found was a drinks mat. What shape is my drinks mat? You see? That's it. It's a circle. And just even looking around my kitchen behind me, I can see I've got a circle in front of my washing machine. And I've got a circle on the top of my pots. You can see circles everywhere. So one of the shapes we're going to be doing today is circles. Okay? Now, I had another little look around my room and I found some bunting, like baby bunting in the story of Each Peach Pear Plum. And my bunting is another shape. The shape's different. People. Ooh, boo. It has got 1, 2, 3 sides. And this shape is a triangle. Okay, so that triangle. All right. And then I had a little look around and I found a notepad and some stamps. I thought, ooh, what shape are these? And that's it. These are rectangles. Okay. And then the last shape I found, and you have to be careful you don't mix this up with a rectangle, is a square. Now, for those of you who are 4, you need to remember that a square has got 4 sides the same, okay? While a rectangle has got 2 long sides and 2 short sides. And that's how you tell them the difference. But that's only if you're 4 and you're getting ready for school, okay? If you're a bit younger, you just have to sort of know the names. Get it wrong a bit, doesn't matter, just practice. So, what we're going to do today is make our game. So we're going to have a go at doing some mark making with our shapes. Now, the shapes I found, I can draw around. So you need to have a look to see if you can find a circle in your house, maybe like a plate that you can draw around. Now, if you haven't got any paper to draw on, if you've got some chalks, you might be able to draw on the pavement outside, or if you've got a patio, you can draw on that with your chalks or some decking. Okay. You could also just use pens and or even paint if you fancy it, or some crayons on paper inside. And it doesn't have to be neat and tidy paper, it can be scrap paper. Those of you who've been hanging out in boxes might do it on the sides of your boxes, but you'll have to change the game a bit later if you do that. So you've got your shapes. Now, mark making bit. If you're only 2, you might find drawing around the shape really difficult. So your grown-up might do something called owling with you. That means when you hold your pen, they're going to hold your hand over the top and help you go round your shape. Okay? If you're a bit older, but you might still find it difficult holding your pen, again, you might need someone to help you owl with it, or your grown-up might go round your shape with a light colour like a yellow. I'm going to do it with this one. All the way round. And then you see it's quite faint because it's yellow. And then you can get a darker colour and you can trace over it. Really doesn't matter if your circle goes wibbly wobbly, but you can trace over the yellow. Now, if you found a little circle in your house, you can put lots and lots and lots and lots of circles on your paper. I can just fit one on mine. Okay, so I've got my circle, but I don't just want one circle. So this is for the game later. So we're going to do 2 circles. So again, you can ask your grown-up to help you hold your hand and go round for you if you're not very steady. Or you can do the yellow one again. Get the grown-up to do it in yellow first. Take it off, and then you do it. Or if you think you've got a mega steady hand, have a go slowly going around your circle. Okay, so send them to the yellow first, but see how, oh, it's not yellow, that's black. See how I'm going to do it quite slowly. So put my hand in the middle to hold it down, and I'm going to go slowly round. That's it, all the way round. Now, if you want, you can put as many circles on your piece of paper as you want, and you might even want to colour or paint your circles in and make them look a bit fancy. Okay, so this time I've got 2 circles on my piece of paper. So I'm getting my darker colour. I concentrate really hard. Remember how we're holding with the tripod? We've got a thumb, 2 fingers, and I'm gonna carefully go round my circles. Now, I'm going to write the word circle on the bottom of mine. This just gets children used to seeing words around and knowing that words mean something. Okay. If your children are writing or copying letters, you can write the word out for them and ask them to copy it. Or again, you could write it in yellow and ask them to trace it, or you can do dot to dot. If they're nowhere near that stage, it's really not a problem at all. They are only young. You can just write it for them, tell them when it's circled, just so they know that letters make a word. Okay, so we're going to write circle on the bottom. Okay, so we've got circles. Oh, got a on the end. I've got circles on that one. Circles and a circle. Just the one. Okay. All right, so we have made the shape. Made a circle, and remember, you're going to have a little look around and see how many circles you can find. I reckon, because circles are quite popular, you could find 10 circles in your house. Do you think you could do that? Run around and find 10 circles. So we've got circles first. Okay, next one is squares. Oh, so we've got a square and it's got 4 sides the same. So again, we're going to put it on our paper, but this time we might be able to do something a bit different with our square, especially if your grown-up helps you. We could do a dot to dot with our square. So I'm going to put dots with the grown-up. So your dot to dot around your square, all the way round. Do, 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 do. Look, I've got a dot to dot square to fill in. Can you see my dots? Might not be very clear. Oh, there you go. I've got to follow the dots to join them in to make a square. Again, grown-ups, don't put any pressure on the ideas that mark making is fun. Okay, so I'm going to join all my dots together and make my square. Whoa. See if I've got it. See if I've got my square. There we go. We've got our square. And I'm going to write square on the bottom. Okay, so we've made circles and a square. All right, I'm going to make another square. This time I'm going to do it with the yellow and then have a trace. So, my square. Now, some of you might like cutting out as well as drawing. So, what you can do if you want is once you've drawn your shapes, you can cut them out if you want. I know some of you really enjoy snipping and cutting. Okay. So maybe with this one, once I've traced it, I might cut this one out. You can do all sorts of things with them. As I say, you can paint a square. If your grown-up cuts out the shapes for you first, then you can paint the shapes. You'll have them all ready. So I've got my scissors hiding under the paper. And I'm going to cut out my square. Now remember, grown-ups, if one of your children is left-handed, they do need left-handed scissors. Right. Squares. Sorted. So, rectangles. Remember, they've got the two long sides. Now, I don't have to draw a rectangle. If you want to draw around yours, you can. But actually, my paper is a rectangle. You think I should draw around them anyway? Am I cheating? Probably. So I'm going to draw on my big rectangle first. Holding on tight. Round the corners. Okay, I've got my big rectangle and then my little rectangle. Wonder if you can find any rectangles. Doors are rectangles and windows are rectangles and cupboard doors are often rectangles. I bet you can find loads of rectangles. So I've got my rectangles up and I'm going to do another one with my rectangles because we need quite a few. Otherwise we can't play the jumping game later because we need all these, okay? So we've got more rectangles to draw around. Okay. As I say, grown-ups, you can do the drawing bit. Let them colour in the insides. Or cut them out with you. Doesn't matter if they don't look perfect. Rectangles. Okay, last shape. Remember. Oh, it was the triangles. Now, it took me ages to find a triangle in my house. I wonder if you've got any. I could only find my bunting, and I've got bunting up on the ceiling as well. But I wonder if you can find any triangles. I found this one a really tricky one. Remember, it's got 3 sides on it, and we're going to make 2 triangles. So I've got to get out this wiggle and put my triangle on my paper. Just going to put it so you can see. Okay, and again, I'm going to have a go drawing round my triangle. And again, parents, grown-ups, you can do a dot-to-dot one. You can draw around the object, freehand one, whatever you fancy. Say, it doesn't matter if it's a bit wibbly-wobbly. Okay, we've got a triangle. Another one. And, let's draw around another one again. Now, you might have been doing this on the chalk with the chalk outside, or you might have been drawing them on the side of a box, drawing round them onto your box. Okay, but you need at least 2 of each shape. If you've got a shape you really like drawing round, you can do as many as you want. Okay, so now we've got all the shapes. Switch the video off. Get ready for the game. So have loads of fun. You can paint circles, paint squares, do them in chalk, cut them out, put them on the side of boxes, whatever you fancy. But you need the 4 shapes. You need circle, square, rectangle, and triangle to play this game. And you need at least 2 of each. So get your grown-ups to help you. Get them to watch the video so they know what to help to do with the dot-to-dots and the tracing. I know how good you are at this. And I'll see you later to play the game. Bye.